Hello and welcome to another gaming series. This one is a little pet project I thought I'd start up, and it's called Delboy Shorts. And if you've looked at the graphic, you'll know exactly what game we're going to play. But I'm just going to introduce sort of like this new series. These are just going to be very, very short videos. There's going to be very little technical information, very little information about where I played it, how I played it, etc, etc. It really is just going to be little gaming shorts, but they will be games that I have played. There will be no games listed at the very beginning anyway that I haven't played on original hardware at some point in my life. And when you're going to see me playing it, it's going to be played mostly on the Mister or emulation if I deem it needed. But right now at the moment it's all going to be Mister. It will be across arcade computers and consoles, and it will be random years, and like I say, very, very short. So much ado about nothing, we're going to go straight away into game capture, and you can see that this is Space Invaders. I will just give a little bit of information about it. It was designed by Tomohiro Nishikado. I need to get that sort of name right, and I probably destroyed it, and it came out from Taito. Although, from my point of view, it came out from Midway because it was licensed out. It's one of the most influential games that ever came out in the world, really. It came out in 1978. But by 1982, it had grossed $3.8 billion with a net profit of $450 million. I mean, if you look at that by inflation, that's staggering. It's just an influential game that basically is also listed in the 1001 games you must play before you die. It's been ported across to many, many machines. If it hasn't been ported across, it's been sort of like duplicated and given another name. Very, very simple game. I'm going to give you very, very briefly what the transcript says about the game. So it says, Earth is under attack from rows of bomb-dropping aliens, and you need to defend it. The rows of aliens begin at the top of the screen, and you control a laser cannon at the bottom of the screen. Your goal is to earn points by shooting the aliens before they can land. The aliens march back and forth, and each time the end of the screen is reached, they will drop one row closer to the bottom. Shoot them all, and you move on to the next, tougher level. But even one of them lands, the game is over. From time to time, a flying saucer will pass along the top of the screen. Shoot this to earn extra points. Just above your laser cannon are 4 shields. These can be used to hide from the alien bombs, but will also block your own shots, which they do. You begin the game with a limited number of laser cannons, and if all of them are bombed, the game ends. That is it. So, let's put a coin in, shall we? Because this is the arcade version, and we will press the one-player game, and you will see just how bad I am. Here we go. Haven't played this game in years. I've played all the sort of like subsequent sort of clones of it. Played the home versions to death. But that's about it, really. But, oh my god, it brings back so... I mean, listen to those sounds. I mean, it just brings back all the memories. So you need to sort of like have a sort of a strategy to this. Ooh. You can shoot their shots, but you can see it just blocks. Really ought to get that one at the end. God. They're terrible. It's the spaceship. But you see now the aliens have got to traverse the screen a lot further. Meaning they won't drop quite as quick. But I might have left it a bit too late. Because they're pretty low down. Ah, look at that. Lost my first life, but that won't be the only one. I'll probably lose a couple in succession. Ah, look at that. See? Will I get off the first one? So nostalgic, this game. You'll notice that the sound is sped up a bit. Oh. Got one. God, they keep firing. Got another. Oh. Oh, you get. Look at that. One to go. So what happens is if I'd have got that one, another screen would appear. 55 more aliens to go. Much harder, much faster. And it goes from there. So we'll just go back to the main camera. That's pretty much Space Invaders in a nutshell. Absolutely fantastic game. I remember putting in coins. I believe there was a coin shortage when it first came out, the amount of people that wanted to play it. A little bit of technical information. It was pretty much black and white. The colour that you saw on the arcade machine was cellophane that was on the actual window frame total. And the moon that you saw was actually an image that was on a piece of mirror beamed onto the back of the actual display. So really, it was just a black and white Space Invader game, but looked exciting because it gave a sort of like a 3D translucent effect based on mirrors. And that's it for this one, Space Invaders. What a classic. Definitely one I played back in the day. One that I sometimes go back to. I ought to play more of. It cloned a million different types of games from this one, and you're bound sure to probably see some in this series. But for now, salute. Hope you enjoyed this one. Bye-bye.